How's it hanging, people? We're back for our first video on Ark Survival Ascended. The ASA version of the island map is quite different from the ASE version of the island map, and has welcomed us with a bunch of new cool base locations. So what better way to showcase it than to show off my top 20 best PVE base locations. And in no particular order, let's get straight into it. First base location located at 61.6 latitude, 19.1 longitude. Here's our location on the map. Very central on the left side. Very large flat spot. Great area to build. The only downside to this spot is it's not right next to water. It's not too far. As you can see, there's the swamp water there. Tasty swamp water. And there's the base, so it's not too far away. Have a quick look at the map in relation to what resources and stuff are around this area. You've got the redwoods and swamp cave right here. To the west, you've got the caverns of lost faith, and you are located in between the volcano and the redwoods mountain, which are full of rare resources. If you're looking for a large spot for a base and a flat one, this is a great spot for you. Next base location is located at 68.1 latitude, 32.7 longitude. We're in the heart of the redwoods here. I like to call it the Ewok village. There's a bunch of redwood trees that you can place tree platforms on. Join them all together, build on top of them, build underneath them. It's a pretty cool spot. And if we look at the map, of course you're right next to the two mountains again, so you won't have too far to go for your rare resource gathering. Next base location is going to be located at 74.7 latitude, 31.2 longitude. Is our location on the map. As you can see, it's quite a nice flat area. It's a real nice spot to build. This location is also nearby to the same points of interest as the previous two locations. It is located above the swamp, so it's not the most friendliest of areas, but it is a nice area to build once you get established. Next base location is located at 96 latitude, 20.1 longitude. Here's our location on the map. We're right at the bottom left, and this is Crags Island. As you can see, it's a nice area to build. Got your little cheeky explorer note right there on the corner of the cliff, and as you can see, it has changed a lot. Definitely make a cool water base here. Downside is it is kind of far away from resources, you can see, but it is very close to the red obelisk, and it's also a very beginner friendly location. Next base location is located at 43.5 latitude, 81.4 longitude. Not the friendliest of areas by any means, and if you want to create a large build and need a large flat area, this is the spot for you. And this can definitely be made a lot bigger than the box I made there. The only issue is it's a bit far away from water, but you can see water right behind us there. It's a bit of a mission. You might have to get a hefty pipe over there to get your plumbing in. But if we look at the map, you have these three mountains that you can farm for resources that are very nearby. Carno Island in the top right, and the Caverns of Lost Hope is very close by to the east. So you have some great POIs nearby. Next base location is 63.7 latitude, 82.8 longitude. Here's our location on the map. And this area is usually covered in loads of trees and rocks, so it's pretty difficult to know this gem actually exists. Of course, the only downside is it is a bit of a mission for water, so it's one of those hefty pipe jobs once again. You can see it's not too far, but it's still pretty far. It is also a little bit of a mission to get to your rare resources. There is actually a small mountain here where you can find some metal and crystal, and if you want more than that, there's always the Redwoods mountain across the way. Alrighty, next location is kind of a wild card pick, and it's located at 34 latitude, 7.9 longitude, and this is what we're looking at here. I do not recall this feature being in ASE, and although it might not be an ideal location, I feel like you can make something really cool here. You can make an awesome looking pier or something, and I don't know, I'm not a builder, so I don't have a clue. But location wise, right next to the snow biome and the mountain there, right next to the volcano, so you got rare resources coming out your ears. And if you just exit the map, look at the base, head towards the mainland, looking for this island here, you can see there's a bunch of crystal on here. There's also silica pearls in the water. They are hard to spot on this game though. Oh, there you go. I think that's one there. There you go, silica pearls. So there's a few in this water here, so you've got easy access to those. It's a great area to build. And heading towards the mainland, you'll see the edge of the beach here, which is what we used to refer to as the beach party. And you can still see on ASA, it's still a beach party. There's loads of cool creatures that you can tame here that spawn on this beach. Next base location is going to be 88.8 latitude, 79.9 longitude. Here's our location on the map. We're at the bottom right of the map. There's this quirky little spot here in the ocean. I reckon you could build a really cool base here. Great place for a water base and all that stuff. For rare resources, you'd have to go on a mission to find those. However, it is a beautiful base location. Look at that. Next base location is going to be located at 11.8 latitude, 73.6 longitude. We're right at the top of the map here. As you can see, it's a very nice area to build. Got a nice little pool here for your water access. It is quite a nice location in terms of resources and how close by you are to them. You've got 3 metal mountains surrounding you. You've got the snow mountain there on the right, obsidian mountain, and the mountain opposite Carno Island, which is just there. It is also a very beginner friendly area. You'll probably only see the odd raptor around here that's going to ambush you. Consider it's next to Carno Island and these 3 mountains. It's a really good area to build. Next base location is going to be located at 60.7 latitude, 11.6 longitude. And after clearing out all the trees, you can see it's quite a nice area to build. Very nice, very nice. You've got easy access to water, and obviously you could build a potential water pen down here also. And once again, living here, you'll have easy access to the mountains that are very close by, the Caverns of Lost Faith Cave, and the Swamp Cave. Next base location is going to be the iconic Stonehenge, 94.3 latitude, 58.6 longitude, right at the bottom of the map. And it is beautiful, I must say. Look at that. It has changed magnificently. Lots of quirky ways to build around here. Quite far away from rare resources and anything of real interest, but you can't deny it's a great spot to build. Plus, you could build a really cool war pen here, let's be honest. Alrighty, next base location located at 45 latitude, 76.9 longitude. Here's our location on the map. It's a nice little spot. Very flat. Bit skinny, but a nice spot nonetheless. Got a very large lake right next to it, so you can house your water creatures here. And the location itself, we just go up from here. Redwoods nearby, volcanoes pretty nearby, Obsidian Mountain very nearby. And of course that mountain there is pretty close too. And also to mention, in the lake below you will have some nice little bits of rare resource in here. You got some crystal, lovely. And there is some metal here somewhere. It looks different on this game though. Here you go. There you go, bit of metal. Beautiful. Moving on to the next base location, which is right next to the previous base location. 45.6 latitude, 77.6 longitude. This is actually a really cool area. As far as I know, I do not remember this at all in ASE. It seems like a complete new landscape feature, so you could build on top of here if you wanted to. If you just turn around, you can see that's where the previous base location was. There's definitely a lot of potential with this base location. You can see there's loads of weird looking cliffs, loads of gaps. You can definitely work around all that. And if you go underneath, there's all these really cool looking tunnels. So you can definitely work this into your base as well. Honestly, it's just a really cool base location. It's completely different to what we saw from ASE in this spot. And as you can see, you've got the mountains in a triangle formation around you. You've got this metal mountain here, Obsidian Mountain, and the Redwoods Mountain. So you've got all the rare resources close by. Well, this is like deja vu all over again. Here's our next base location, 86.4 latitude, 87.5 longitude. Right to the bottom right of the map, and it may look very familiar. This is Herbivore Island. I don't think this location has ever not been included in a top base location video, and it makes its return in ASA looking better than ever. Great for a water base, great for a start location as it is very friendly on here, that's why it's called Herbivore Island. You've got nice little starter resources here, like you've got some metal nodes here. Typically, most people will build their base inside the horseshoe area in the middle. Personally, I think it's the best spot anyway, and you might be able to save the spawns of these metal rocks. I'm not really sure, but there is a few decent metal rocks up here, so honestly you probably would be able to save at least a few of them. Of course, the major downside of building out here is that it's quite far from the mainland, as you can see, so you're pretty far away from everything. Next base location is located at 24.4 latitude, 10.7 longitude. Of course, you're going to have to like the snow biome to want to live here, but even if you don't, if you want to visit this area, it's very good for resources and other stuff like it. Not the flattest of areas to build, but it is a very nice area nonetheless. You've got rare resources down here, you've got a bit of oil rocks, you've got obsidian, and of course, easy access to the ocean. Right next to the blue obelisk and the mountain for all the rare riches. If you want to thrive and survive in the snow, this could be the base for you. Next base location is located at 63.6 latitude, 33.2 longitude. We're in the Redwoods, and this is the Redwoods Lake. Very iconic from the ASE Island map version. So of course the area isn't flat at all, but this is what makes this area so good. There's lots of quirky areas where you can build, and of course you can utilize the large trees and attach tree platforms to them, which is always a good thing. There's also a few ruins down there, you could maybe build around those as well. Up to you. The possibilities are endless. Right next to you, got the Swamp Cave. That is the Swamp Cave entrance right there. So it's right next to this lake. Why did it just go really dark? That's weird. The lighting on this game is appalling, I must say. Visuals great, lighting and shadows awful. Once again, this is one of those southwestern zones, so you've got great access to mountains like the Redwoods Mountain, which is obviously right next to your base. You've got the volcano to the north. Of course, Swamp Cave is right next to your base, and the Caverns of Lost Faith to the west. Can't complain about that. Next base location is located at 30.6 latitude, 94.4 longitude. Here's our location on the map. And this is another new feature of the ASA version of the island map. There's a load of these rock formations coming out from the beach in certain areas, and I really like this area. Of course, you can build on these cliffs above if you want to, but the main focus is these rocks. I think they're just super cool. You can build on any of these rocks out here. Another cool rock formation to build on. It is quite flat on the beach if you wanted to build a base with a flat area. And looking at the map, Carno Island to the top right, Metal Mountain right in front of you, Caverns of Lost Hope located south down the beach. Once again having a load of popular and important POIs nearby. Next base location, 18.8 latitude, 73.5 longitude. And of course, this is the one and only Hidden Lake. I've cleared out all the trees so it's not hidden anymore. But yeah, it's still quite a nice base location. As you can see, it's quite a nice area to build. I do believe that beaver dams still spawning here because I've just seen a beaver somewhere, but I don't know where it's gone. There he is. Is that you there? Here he is, little cute little beaver. He doesn't make any dams, so he's slacking on the job. It's a nice area to build. You can see you've got Metal Mountain there, you've got Obsidian Mountain there, and the Snow Mountain there on the right. Turn around, and there's Carno Island. So you got loads of good POIs around this location. Next base location is 74.1 latitude, 6 longitude. I actually built in this location for a playthrough on Ark Survival Evolved, and I had a great time. It's a really nice spot to build. Although I did see people in the comments say that on Ark Survival Evolved they could not build here. It wasn't buildable on official servers. It may or may not be buildable in ASA, but you can build here in single player. It is a really nice area to build because it's so flat. It's in a nice location right next to the ocean if you want to build a nice water pen or something like that. Of course, it's right next to the Red Obelisk, which is always a good thing. Caverns of Lost Faith up the beach to the north. A little bit far to get your metal and crystal, as the redwoods and the volcano are slightly a bit further from this spot, but honestly it's worth the flight. I love this location. And the final base location is going to be 20.8 latitude, 83.7 longitude. Here's our location on the map. We're at the top right of the map, right next to Carno Island. It's a nice area to build, very flat, in the water, which doesn't really matter in PVE, and the foundations will cover the water, so it really won't matter at all. You won't be having any water leaks inside your base, let's just put it that way. And as you can see, it is quite a hostile area. We've got saber-toothed tigers making themselves comfortable in our house. And to finish it off, resource check. Of course, we've got Metal Mountain right next to you, Carno Island to the north, Obsidian Mountain and Snow Mountain. It's a great area full of hotspots where you can find a bunch of goodies and awesome creatures to tame. And that's going to be the end of the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful to you. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye.